Big story of the morning happening today. The man arrested for the murder of 4 University of Idaho students will face a Pennsylvania judge for his extradition hearing.
And he could be in Idaho as early as tonight. So here's what we know about his arrest right now. Pennsylvania state troopers arrested 28-year-old Brian Kohberger for killing all 4 students in their beds back in November. Kohberger is a PhD candidate at Washington State University. Now, CBS News learned forensic analysis allegedly linked him to the crime scene at the King Road home in Moscow. He's charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and felony burglary. Police are still not saying whether the 4 students knew Kohberger. Now, Pennsylvania State Police arrested him 2,500 miles from that Idaho crime scene, and troopers arrested him at his parents' house early Friday morning. He's been in the Monroe County Jail ever since. So like we mentioned, Kohberger is scheduled to appear in Pennsylvania court at 12:30 today, where he is expected to waive his extradition hearing. But what does that mean in the overall process of getting him back to Idaho?
So KREM 2's Janelle Finch sat down with a criminal justice professor from Sacramento State University to break down what could lie ahead for the suspected Moscow murderer.
We know from our sister station in Pennsylvania, Brian Kohberger is behind bars at the Monroe County Correctional Facility. Officials brought him here after he was arrested early Friday morning. And here is where he'll stay until his appearance in a Pennsylvania court Tuesday, where his attorney shared he's planning to waive his extradition hearing.
Basically, all that means is that he is not planning to fight his transport back to Idaho. So he essentially will accept that transport back to Idaho.
Dr. Danielle Slakoff, an assistant professor of criminal justice at Sacramento State University, explains what this legal phrase means and why a suspect could choose to do this.
My take on waiving that extradition hearing is that he is ready to have his day in court to see the charges against him, because they have not actually released the information that they have leading to his arrest yet. So I really take that to mean that he's ready to see what they have on him, and he is hoping to be absolved of being absolved of guilt or blame.
In addition to sharing a plan to waive extradition, this weekend, Kohberger's attorney shared a statement on behalf of his client. He says, quote, "Mr. Kohberger is eager to be exonerated of these charges and looks forward to resolving these matters as promptly as possible." Dr. Slakoff says the use of exonerated in the statement jumped out at her.
When someone's exonerated, generally that means they've already been convicted and sentenced. So it is an interesting choice of words by him, reportedly, that he used the word exonerated.
She says she's surprised he didn't use the word acquitted.
It's possible he could have said, I'm looking forward to being acquitted, which means being found not guilty.
In a court of law, suspects are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. And despite the noted interesting choice of words, Kohberger's attorney says at this time his client also deserves that presumption of innocence.
In our More to Every Story commitment, we're bringing you more and diving deeper into what the extradition process looks like. The process is outlined actually in the U.S. Constitution under its extradition clause. In that clause, if a person is charged with a crime in one state but arrested in a different one, the original state can request the person be returned for investigation. A state can also issue an out-of-state warrant for a suspect's arrest if they believe the suspect left the state to avoid capture, which is what Moscow police did. After Pennsylvania police arrested Kohberger, a court appearance is scheduled where he can either waive or challenge the extradition. Waiving the extradition means Kohberger is voluntarily returning to Idaho to face 4 first-degree murder charges. At this point, we know he is planning to waive the hearing, according to his lawyer. However, if he decides to challenge extradition, then the Idaho and Pennsylvania governor's offices get involved. Both Idaho Governor Brad Little and Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf have to approve the extradition request. Then a Pennsylvania court must approve or deny extradition. Once Kohberger arrives in Latah County, he will be formally arrested by Idaho authorities. Then a bail hearing is set and held, followed by an arraignment, which is where he will enter a plea of guilty or not guilty and begin the formal court process.
Now, of course, this continues to be a developing story, and we'll bring you more updates as we learn more. But for all of our coverage on this investigation, you can text us the word Idaho to our number 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link right to your phone with all of that information.